So imagine a drone that is designed for search and rescue, commercial operations, industry-specific sensors and payloads, and like that mission-critical approach. Now, imagine that this drone has one fatal flaw. The same radios that first responders use can potentially cause the drone to fall out of the sky. I mean, who designs a drone with that kind of flaw? On August 22nd, Skydio released a safety bulletin about their X10 and X10D smart controllers. Here's the issue. Handheld radios can interfere with the controllers, especially in the 450 to 500 megahertz range. That interference can cause a range of problems such as loss of connection with the aircraft, degraded video feeds, automatic return home triggers, charging failures, and in the worst case, potentially a complete power loss, aka down to the ground it goes. Future controllers will have more or additional shielding and of course new software to detect that interference, but right now the hardware is still vulnerable. And why does this matter? Well, first responders are one of Skydio's biggest markets, and first responders always carry radios. It's kind of important. So if the controller is within a foot of the radio, it could disrupt the drone mid-mission, and that creates a real reliability issue. So reality check, most police departments use higher band radios in the 700 to 800 megahertz range, which is safer. But fire, EMS, and search and rescue, and even some big city channels use a 450 to 500 megahertz range, and that's right in the danger zone. Now, I may be coming off a bit harsh here, and to tip the hat in favor of transparency, Skydio is the first major drone company to openly admit its vulnerability. It's possible, of course, that other manufacturers are going to face similar risks, but we haven't seen official statements from them yet. Realistically though, any drone can suffer from radio interference in a variety of ways. Most drones operate in frequency bands in the 900, 2.4, 5.8, and 6 gigahertz spectrums, which are already flooded with Wi-Fi and other technologies. So it's a critical pre-flight task to consider the spectrum your drone is operating in. For example, with DJI, you can check your drone's channels and the spectrum for noise by going into the settings in the DJI Fly and Pilot app. And there's similar tools that are available on the Skydio remote control to select the best channel and to find a band with the least amount of noise. Next up, DJI officially released the Mic 3 yesterday. Now, of course, specs had already been leaked just like everything else, but now they're confirmed. And I can confirm that there's no external input jack support on the transmitters. And with that, it is now time for a segment of, you know what really grinds my gears? Taking away features. I'd like to meet the person that decided in 2025 it's socially acceptable to wear a branded puck on your chest. I mean, why on earth would DJI remove the ability for us to choose when and how we mount or fashion microphones for talking head videos? I mean, sure, if this mic pack is designed for creators to shoot as fast as possible, then a lavalier isn't that important. But if you want to put your pro pants on, it would be nice to be able to choose either a lavalier or an over-the-ear stage mic, or even hook up to a transmitter like a powered shotgun like this guy here that we're using right now. Of course, you can see my lav mic because I have a chest that is far too hairy for body tape, but it's still not a puck on my chest, and it's not an endorsement of a particular brand with a bright DJI or Rode or Hollyland or Insta360 now too. So if not having a 3.5mm jack doesn't fuss you, then the Mic 3 does offer a great set of features, including the ability to have up to 4 transmitters and 8 receivers all on the same system, which means you can easily synchronize multiple cameras with the same audio source and an embedded timecode for easy editing. Multiple combos of the Mic 3 set are available starting at $109 for just a standalone transmitter that is smartphone compatible, and it features up to 51 hours of internal recording. So essentially you can add quality audio to any camera without having to buy a receiver today, and then down the road you can upgrade. Speaking of upgradable ecosystems, Hasselblad, which is owned by DJI now, also dropped a new medium format camera this week, the X2D II 100C, which comes with, of course, as it sounds like, a 100 megapixel medium format sensor with up to 16-bit color depth and over 15 stops of dynamic range. The camera also features Hasselblad's full HDR pipeline, which means it can do true in-camera HDR. It has continuous focus with LiDAR assistance now, which is probably a first for a medium format camera. There's a full 10-stop in-body stabilization, and then there's also a new brighter 3.6-inch OLED touchscreen with physical controls. And it's got a 1 terabyte of built-in storage, plus it's got a CF Express Type B slot. But here's the catch. There's no video support. This digital mirrorless camera, again in 2025, No, wait, we can only have one Grinds My Gear segment for this episode, but still, in 2025, why no video capability? I mean, 11 years ago, Leica released the Leica S, which shot 4K video on a crop at up to 30 frames a second, and today you can buy the Fuji GFX 100 Mark II for roughly the same prices as Hasselblad, and it features the ability to shoot 4K in up to 12-bit RAW, of course with an external recorder. So if you've got roughly $10,000 Canadian to spend and an investment in Hasselblad lenses, this is the latest and greatest in the system, and you can check out more details in the link below. Speaking of links below, this video is sponsored by us, coastaldrone.co. Whether you're starting out or preparing for commercial operations, we've got the online training that you need. From basic to advanced Transport Canada certifications, our courses are quick, convenient, and fully compliant. Check out coastaldrone.co to take the course, pass the test, and of course, fly with confidence. EAVision has released the J150, a new agriculture drone, and its highlights include a 20-gallon spray tank. It's got a 180-pound spreader tank. It's got 10.5 gallons per minute of flow rate capability, a top speed of over 30 miles per hour with terrain following and obstacle avoidance, and a multi-drone capability with 4G interference-free connectivity. So it's great to see another competitor in the ag drone market with the new J150 starting price hovering around $40,000 US. Jamaica is receiving drones donated by Canada to help with disaster response. These drones will conduct post-disaster assessments, keeping people out of dangerous areas. Okino Samuels, a GIS project manager in Jamaica, said they're also training an AI model to assess building damage. With warming oceans fueling stronger hurricanes, drones could and will play a critical role in keeping communities safer. Our fellow Canadians over at Volatus Aerospace just launched the Condor XL, which was originally under development by the now merged subsidiary Drone Delivery Canada. The drone is a heavy-duty drone designed for friendship and reforestation. In partnership with Key Reforestation, this platform will drop biodegradable seed pods in wildfire-affected areas. Key specs include a payload capacity of 180 kilograms, up to 200 kilometers of range, and also it's powered by a 2-stroke gasoline engine. Flight testing will begin late in 2025 with full operations expected in 2026. And if you're planning on heading south to sip Coronas and chase melanoma, there's a travel alert for Canadian drone pilots heading to Mexico, and new packing rules now apply. So drones must be declared to the government on entry, a proof of purchase will be required, and if your drone costs over $500, you will pay a tax. If you don't have proof, you can expect delays and they'll take an estimate on the taxes. Also, any drone that's over 250 grams must be registered with Mexico's aviation authority. So plan ahead if you're going to be bringing a drone on vacation, or maybe just leave it at home and enjoy the silence. And speaking of hot destinations and drones, next week we'll be at the UAV Expo from September 2nd through 4th in Las Vegas. So if you see a pair of sweaty gingers wearing polo shirts and saying sorry too much, it's probably us. So stop us, say hello, tell us what you're doing in drones, and let's have a chinwag. So that's it for this week's drone news. Hit that subscribe button if you want more episodes of an entitled millennial ranting about products that he likely won't buy nor can afford, but still somehow manages to have an opinion about them. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.